all our Sports Today family members. Today we are gearing up for a rather low-key but very important Olympics day here today, because if you look at what happened yesterday, Manu Bakar continues to write her own manuscript, if we may have to say, because second bronze medal for Manu Bakar, and that's why she's become the first women and the first Indian athlete in the independent era to win two medals, because Norman Pritchard had won two medals in one event in 1904, but then he was of British India. Manu Bakar became the first independent Indian to win two medals in a single event. Then if you look at it, there were other disappointments that were in store. For example, Dheeraj Bommadevara. Dheeraj Bommadevara was eliminated in the recurve archery event by just 2.4 meters. That was how close he was. He had won his first match against Adam Lee, but then what happened in the other game versus the Canadian archer was that he just missed out by 2.4 meters. He could have entered the quarterfinals if that was not the case. But then remember, he was in a very tough field, and that is why Dheeraj Bommadevara, it was really, really heartbreaking for him. Then Preeti Pawar lost 3-2 by a split decision. The South American judges were favoring the opponent. The Indians were being favored by the Asian judges at this point in time. So 2.4 centimeters was what Dheeraj Bommadevara fell to. But unfortunately, if you look at it, Preeti Pawar lost by 3.2. Sorry, everybody is just picking on the fact it was centimeters. It is not meters, centimeters. 2.4 centimeters was what was the difference between Dheeraj Bommadevara and the quarterfinal spot at this point. Now, if you look at what has happened with Preeti Pawar, even that was heartbreaking. 3-2. Split verdict decision. It wasn't won on points, it was on split verdict. And now netizens have started trending, oh, don't trust the judges. But unfortunately, you have to trust the judges, because the judges make the technical decisions, they make all of that. And that is why it was really, really heartbreaking for Preeti Pawar also. But then there was another game that was happening side by side. How do you lose when you need 9 of 12 and Rinku Singh and Suryakumar Yadav were bowling? How do you still lose? Sri Lanka showed you how. Yesterday they lost 7 wickets for 29 runs again. Again Sri Lanka lost 7 for 29, and Rinku Singh picked up 2 wickets. Suryakumar Yadav was at point on a hat-trick. What were Sri Lanka doing? Why are they even doing these kind of things? Then in the super over, Washington Sundar got 2 wickets, and because of that, Sri Lanka were whitewashed 3-0. They deserved to be whitewashed after what happened yesterday. It was truly, I just cannot understand Sri Lanka. Why are they even doing these kind of things? They seriously need to have a look at their cricket that they're playing, because this is just not done. How do you lose these particular situations 3 times? 3 times you lost 9 for 30, 7 for 31, 7 for 29, and now you have just been whitewashed. You deserve to be whitewashed. You are anyway not going to be the favourites. But this kind of epic choking, this is Sri Lanka now that is struggling to find its own voice at this point in time. So it is a terrible, terrible situation to be in. Charit Asalanka was so disappointed with the batting lineup. But even Charit Asalanka, if you look at it, he was a really, I don't know, it just came off well. I mean, Suryakumar Yadav and Rinku Singh, who would have expected that they would deliver you the win? And that too, both are part-timers, they're not regular bowlers. So Sri Lanka, I mean, they are simply not up to the mark at this point in time. They need to have a serious look at their mindset. They seriously need to look at their cricket that they're playing, because this is really, really not done. Now, back to the Olympics. This cricket thing is done. At least for 2 days, cricket is done. Now, as far as the Olympics is concerned, today there is not much of a medal event that is there, but there are very, very important matches that is there. One is PV Sindhu. She looks as the favorite to progress through. She is looking very good. But today is the acid test for Lakshya Sen. It's a straight shootout between Jonathan Christie and Lakshya Sen. If Lakshya Sen doesn't win today, his Olympic campaign is over, because Jonathan Christie will progress. If Lakshya Sen beats Christie, then Lakshya Sen's campaign remains alive. So that is why PV Sindhu's one game is very important today. Lakshya Sen's game is also important. You also have Shrija Akula. Shrija Akula, on the other hand, will be aiming to join Manika Batra in the round of 16. She'll become the second ever Indian to do it. So that is why this game is also very, very important for Shrija Akula also. So PV Sindhu and Lakshya Sen, they are in action. Lakshya Sen in particular, it's a do or die situation for him in this particular instance. Then when you look at, there is also shooting. There is 50-meter 3 prone event that is going to happen. Swapnil Kusale and Aishwari Pratap Singh Tomar are going to be in action. Now, 50-meter 3 prone, what is it? The basic thing that I will want to explain to you all is that shooting is done in 3 positions. Standing, prone, which is you lie flat on the ground and then you shoot it, and then you have kneeling. So prone, kneeling, standing. These are the 3 things that make up 50-meter 3 prone. So that is the way which we are looking at it. Manu Bakar, on the other hand, she will have her 25-meter rapid pistol event happening on 3rd of August, if I'm not mistaken. I'll just recheck the schedule. It's happening on 2nd or 3rd of August. So that is the major update we are giving you. Then in archery, you have got 2 matches today. You have to understand that there is Deepika Kumari also. It's not Deepika Kumari. There are 2 archers in action today in the round of 1/32. So that is going to be very important as well. India's boxers, on the other hand, today Nishant Dev and Lovelina Borgohain are going to be in action. Nishant Dev is the last game that is happening at 1:20 in the night as we speak. Lovelina will also have a huge task upper hand, but then unfortunately you look at it, Preeti Pawar, then you had Jasmine Lamboria, Amit Pangal, all have been created. So India's boxers, most of the medal hopes, we had hoped it would be on Nikhat Zareen, but unfortunately it looks as if India's boxing hopes may not happen at this point in time. So August is when you may see Manu Bakar complete the hat-trick. Will she complete the hat-trick? That remains to be seen. So it is a brilliant round that we have got today. Then in the trap shooting, if you look at it, Shreyasi Singh, unfortunately, they have not done well. Remember, trap 6 shooters qualify from the top. So that's going to be very important. So looking at the archery, looking at the badminton schedules today, there is no medal today. So that is where you can see one certain instance that yes, India today can rest a bit easy. Then as far as hockey is concerned, well, India may have qualified for the quarterfinals, but now the time of games is over. You are now going to face up to the big boys. India's match on August 2 is against Belgium. Now, Belgium put on a stellar show yesterday, beating the Kookaburra 6-2. Oh my goodness, what a brilliant effort from the Red Lions. They are the defending Olympic champions, by the way. So they showed it for a reason. In that Olympic final, they managed to beat Australia 3-2 on penalties. Here, they absolutely hammered the Kookaburras. But there's nothing surprising about it. When you look at Belgium and Australia's contests in the FIH Pro League, it's always been high scoring. It goes one way, it goes the other way. So that is what Belgium, they mean business. Australia, on the other hand, they look rusty. So that is why it might work in India's favor when they play them on the 4th, but Australia always get their A game against India. So that's why, looking at it, they beat them in the Test Series final. They beat them in both games of the Pro League, although both the games of the Pro League were very close, by the way. So that is why Australia will be really determined to ensure that they bounce back. So hockey looks settled. India will be aiming for a top 2 finish, but then if you want to finish on top, you have to beat Belgium and Australia. So India will be determined to ensure that they finish on top, but their next 2 games are very tough at this point. So Harmanpreet, good on him that he's won 3 games, but 2 of those games is really going to be very important for him. So let's see how it is going to happen. So yes, KD, in hockey, India will play Belgium and then they should beat Australia to finish in top 2, as I said just now. But beating them is not going to be easy. In fact, I will say India are not the favorites going into the game versus Belgium and Australia. So looking at the performances of Belgium in that sense. So today, now no medals, but you've got 2 very important matches for Lakshya Sen. The shooting contingent continues with Aishwari Pratap Singh Tomar and Swapnil Kusale. Then you've got boxing also with Nishant Dev finally back in action. So we in Sports Today will be bringing you all the latest information. I will tell you how Dheeraj Bommadevara missed Olympic 1/8 qualification by just 2.4 centimeters. That is the most important thing. That's it. 2.4 centimeters. It's heartbreaking. And Preeti Pawar also, 3-2. That's also heartbreaking. Yeah, Ajay Yadav. Today is important match for Lakshya Sen. As I just go back and rewind, if Lakshya beats Jonathan Christie, he stays in the Olympics. If he loses, his Olympics is over. So that is the way I look at it. Then Rinku's not able to bat for the last few months. 1-2, 1-3, last 2 innings developed. Well, that's the position he's batting in. Develop it. Don't talk about archery. It's always heartbreaking. Well, you can't help it. And for all those people who are abusing Deepika Kumari and all of them, have some shame. Deepika Kumari came into the archery event after becoming a mother. She didn't have that much of preparation time also. Qualifying for the Olympics itself is on her own merit. People who troll her are just glory hunters who just don't understand the sport. Which is why I have always stated that the Indian sportsman is very, very immature. Very immature to say the least. So that's why, please, whatever it is, support them. There is a fine line between criticize and abuse. If Manu Bakar doesn't win the 25-meter air pistol event, will you still abuse her? Have a look in the mirror before you abuse. Because athletes there give their best. They don't go there to just be on a junket like most people do at this point in time. So I appeal, do not abuse athletes, because then it only shows your immaturity and the way how it is. So that's why have a good look in the mirror. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. We'll be back with more updates as and when the day happens. Bye-bye.